the space of Mohbad and Zlatan, where they were doing their legitimate business. Koshi property Samilari Lowa, Koshuri Lowa, Koshinu facility Lowa, Koshi only wajade they should evacuate from his house. He had an information pe Mohbad didn't share low one or one bay on Shisho Joy, and he went there and we heard him loud and clear. He has already imprisoned the guy. We don't know how Mohbad left. That means if Mohbad would have to say Tani Lombi, there will be violence. So we didn't see how he eventually left. And he would need to ask, but you threatened, you already threatened that he will not live there. The question is, how did he left the place? And if he had left the place peacefully, why would he go and write petition again? And said, you even destroy some of the equipment. It's standard procedure. Think about film law when you're printing, space lamanlo. Even back to die tape gun, but to die panlo card. Card is not man full. So most times, think about shoot to film law. Tape rolling action. On my expect as a professional actor, take one to about 20 lines. Ikuni belano ayago fún mi àìsàn ní belano farapamọ́ ìlàwòrì kó bá gbé wọlé. Ó yá kí ó bá sọ́lẹ̀ kan. Dákẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ta ni ń jẹun tá jàǹjùrù? Wá dá lóhùn padà. And when you respond, but kò ṣe pé wọ́n ní action. Ikuni belano, oh sorry, director, sorry, take two. And action. Ikuni belano, oh my God, so sorry, please, director, I'm sorry. Tó bá ti ń ṣe yẹn. Except that DOP camera 2 and told Jade was deleting this space. So most times, somebody pen interference. But she jawale wants him print on normal phone and it on camera test stop because kusinu content record on fait bon content so it beats into this spontaneous reaction more than that. Ko she pe won cut on le ma roll camera lo tori won mo to fe sele àwọn ọmọ ito e ko ma affect normal reaction ni the share wa as a normal professional DOP. You cannot be printing irrelevancies in your own stuff because iṣẹ́ ló ma tún fún editor gan tó bá yọ kúrò tó bá ṣe gbé lọ sí studio àkọ́kọ́ yọ gbogbo tí yẹn kúrò náà, so they don't like to record irrelevancies. So not that kini yẹn ju bẹ́yẹn lọ wọ́n wá cut bẹ́yẹn nìkan. To ba ye ko o involve pe bi to ti lu Mohbad kí ló dé tó bá cut e tó bá ko gbé side we ẹnìkan tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n jọ wá rẹ́rìn papọ̀ ṣé get mi tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n jọ rẹ́rìn papọ̀ tó jọ parí ẹ̀ bó ṣe kọ́kọ́ wọlé yẹn wọ́n lè kọ́kọ́ sáré rẹ́rìn because Zlatan ló block Samilari tó jẹ́ kó attack and the other guys were holding weapons. So whatever the case may be, that is already an act, a criminal act already. Until Verydakman ṣàlàyé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí ni pé don't get it twisted. You have accused these people pé nítorí pé wọ́n bully ẹ̀yẹn. Àwọn náà ni wọ́n lọ pa. Nta den wá ní ikú ló pa Mohbad. The bullying aspect, has it been treated? Case here, what is established and it will now to come up and say, this aspect of bullying, I am not cleaning you. I am not cleaning you, Samilari, from bullying Mohbad. I am only trying to establish the fact that you were all both accused of buying Mohbad based on that bullying. And I am saying to the whole world that with what I have seen, Iyabo that led the accusation and attack on this book has nothing. That even the bullying is not full enough. Show Naira Marley were involved. And it is important at this stage they should separate Naira Marley and Samilari. See Naira Marley bani come out on evidence video pelon one fair from bullying and buying of Mohbad. Otuo go back carry Samilari no more along. Oshifema rob nonsense on the face of the public. It is important for somebody like to clear it explicitly. If not, people will look and they will be waiting. They will be waiting. And at the end of the day, he might have the social media stuff. But when it comes to investigating the truth and looking at how do you selectively remove when I was talking about my own with Iru Babaji Shanghai, Money established to him if he touched. You tell me what they accuse of Bagesha fún. Offense tell us what they accuse of fún ni pé ó kiss again. Ó kiss ẹ, ó fọkàn kò gbé ọyàn síta, kò tọ́ bọ̀ lójú ara. But kẹ́tọ́ lè sọ pé kí ló dé tó ṣe kiss again yẹn, ó commit offense. That girl must be proven to be 14-year-old. Tẹ́ pé, or she is a minor. But tó bá jẹ́ pé wá ní proof, tó bá jẹ́ pé girl yẹn is a young adult, tó jẹ́ pé 18 plus 1 day ni, mo fọ́nà bàbúrà, girl yẹn fúnra ẹ̀ ló lọ bá bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà súnmọ́ mi, ó súnmọ́. Ó bọ́ bàtà, wọ́n jọ dìde, wọ́n dìbọn ra wọn, kò tí dànù. Ó gbà pé kó fọwọ́kàn, tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé 18 years old ni girl yẹn, mo fi Ọlọ́run bàbúrà, táyé máa fi parẹ́, ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mẹ́ẹ̀ kò kàn yá àti bàbá girl yẹn. She's an adult. Only what morally wrong. But you're in age. When does it become a problem? I laugh yo. I'm almost 20 something. I laugh maybe 70 years or minimum. So, and you realize that there is an Oyo indigi. Every adájọ́ tó máa lọ kúnlẹ̀ síwájú Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ gbà yẹn. Every governor tó máa lọ bẹ̀, tó máa lọ ṣe kíni, tó máa lọ kí Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́. Every attorney general tó máa lọ kí, tó máa pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tó dẹ̀ láwọn ọmọ yẹn bẹ̀ tí ó sọ̀rọ̀. But some people will now look at it and say, kò ní bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà kì í ṣe Aláàfin, he does not have right to date any adult of his choice. But what I'm trying to say, that's why I said, I'm standing by it and ibẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́jọ́ wá dé dúró sí. Gbogbo àtàmọ̀ tó join mọ́ láti fi bà lórúkọ jẹ́, wọ́n padà yọ kúrò ní pé eléyìí ẹ̀kọ́ fi kún ni láti fi bà yẹ̀ jẹ́. Olórí ẹ̀ ní pé ẹ̀tàn wá, ó fẹ́ ṣèkà fún. Ó lè ti tàn wá nìyẹn. Ó ti wá gbàlagbà tí nígbà tẹ́ ti mú tán, ó wá reduce the age. Like I'm saying, or reduce the age, can you demonize it? Until you prove his age, the age of that girl, I will tell you for free, this is injustice, unfair trial, because one share lot if you satisfy members of the public at our own not to follow the rule of law. So I would appreciate if we can do that before it goes south. Because you need to tell me in clear terms, did you establish any contact with any of the guys in the house, directly or indirectly? 48 hours, 24 hours before Mohbad left this info. Do you have any contact with any of them? If you have, can I see? Before, go to backfire. So, in any, those are the things that you have to do so that you won't burn your fingers in the nearest future. Just like when Iyabo is saying, tomorrow they will just bring something out, and that is what the likes of Iyabo will be gunning for. Can we see something like that? Only and you guys, you don't need Verydakman. I don't know any of those guys in the house. I don't talk to any of them, including Wunmi herself. Emi naramali mi ba sọ̀rọ̀. Emi Samilari mi ba ọ̀kan wọn sọ̀rọ̀ rárá. Ni tiẹ̀ ní contact. I only have contact of Wunmi abi whatever it is. Our Mohbad, and that is it. If you are able to establish that, and you say, are you confirming that to me? Then please go out, write it on your page that you, Samilari, never at any point in time, directly or indirectly, contacted any of those inside the house or anybody that went into Mohbad's house on the 11th or on the 12th of September. Write it out and say, your hand is clean. And on the issue, previous one, you have been able to go and explain yourself to police that you are not bullying him. You are sorry to have invaded his space, but you went there because you wanted to go and collect your money, and that is it. And that will be okay. And normally you should come out and distance yourself from that. But tell you about the clarity inside the man. Only this aspect of trying to don't look like he's trying to bring Naramali back to say they have nothing about the case. It could because any of those guys could look at it and say, okay, any of them could denounce or want to repent or feel like, I'm not going to go down alone. Let me tell them the source of why we attacked Mohbad. Because so pushing yellow corn Mohbad. Somebody went into the house and they left a sign, hot sign. They should break the bracelet. And who would have given them that impetus to do that? So
Uncle Yomi, yes. tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo ń tẹ́ sọ ó yé mi dáadáa but àwọn tó wà nínú lẹ́gùn rànra wọn lọ́wọ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé ará àta ló ní kan wá pa ọ̀ Naira Marley àbí Sam Larry tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn ènìyàn ló wá kí ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ ń pariwo etí ni o ó ya fọ́tò lọ síbítù o ọrùn ni o nọ́ọ̀sì ni ibi tẹ́tì mọ̀ yí pé àwọn gangan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ látọjọ́ tó dẹ̀ ń yé mi dáadáa pé àwọn gangan nínú ilé yẹn ní ká ti kọ́kọ́ mú wọn kó wá jí tó bá jẹ́ pé ará àta ló dìídì ràn wọn níṣẹ́ yẹn mi ìrókun tọrọ dé yìí káwọn ọmọ yẹn náà mọ̀mọ́ nǹkan tó kàn ẹ wo orú ẹjọ́ tí àdúrà ń bá Verydakman pò ń sìn tó ń bá a rò Tinubu bí yẹn lọ́la tó bá ní kán gbé kán mu ẹ mọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbé níjọ́ yẹn tí ìyá rẹ̀ ò bá àbí àtàwọn alátakò kan pé èmi mo fẹ́ jẹ́ ó ṣeéṣe kọ́mọ yẹn drop gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ kó ṣàlàyé so ẹ fi mọ ibi tó ẹ̀ ń lọ but èmi bí àwọn nínà yẹn èmi ò bá ní pé ká má lù dọ orí wa láàmú púpọ̀ jù ẹ jẹ́ ká mú inú ilé tá a bá mú inú ilé àwọn náà máa ní èmi ni mo rán wọn o wọ́n wà wá wọn omi ń tà ìyẹn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn bàbá
ní sùúrù Madam Dasola inú ilé náà là ń wò inú ilé náà là ń wò èmi sọ ń sẹ̀ jẹ́ kó máa yéra wa ni pé àwọn àlàfo kan wà téèyàn bá ń gàjàngbara o gbọ́dọ̀ ga tán àbí kò protect ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ nítorí pé it's a very sensitive stuff. If, let's take for instance, tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn court ló ní kó lọ pa Mohbad, ṣé ń gbọ́dọ̀ mi? They must have been getting the order from somebody. Ṣé ti yẹn? And let's take for instance, àwọn tá à ń sọ yìí, maybe they belong to the same court. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn lọ́wọ́ pàṣẹ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nulẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Brai, ṣé àwọn kò ti commit offence. Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti gbé iṣẹ́ tẹ́ carry it out. Ìkọ́bá ìlú máa lọ sí. And then you look at it at the end of the day, they will pass the instruction to somebody in that house. Then you have an evidence pé your bá ìlú rán nǹkan. You have to be sure they are not linked to it. You have to be sure before you now clean them off the bullying and the murder. Tó bá jẹ́ pé èèyàn rí pé orí àrídájú pé wọn ò tiẹ̀ wọnú lé yẹn rárá and they are not in any way present on that day. In fact, wọn sí Nàìjíríà. It's okay to fight for them and say kí ló yẹ tẹ́ ṣe máa parọ́ àdúrú nǹkan láyé wọn. Because ẹ̀yin tẹ́ lead pé kọ́ mú wọn dáadáa nẹ́ẹ̀rí kankan lọ́wọ́. But you have to also look for the other abọ́jura wa lọ. And that is why it is important to listen to the voice of reasoning. What if those ones around Mohbad belong to the same set with them and they are like ẹ wá bẹ ṣe máa yọjú ẹ poison ẹ má lè lù tẹ bá lù ayé máa mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ pa ẹ wá bẹ ṣe máa ṣe poison yẹn ó lè jẹ́ nǹkan tó fi sínú bọ́ọ̀dì ẹ̀ yẹn ó ti wà nulẹ̀ yẹn a long time. They saw a clear-cut advantage to put it. Tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ẹni tó dẹ̀ gbaṣẹ́ yẹn gangan tó instruct pé ìwọ ló máa ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn tó bá fẹ́ ga or if not a máa padà tó bá ń bá mu wọn tó bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lómi gba promotion iṣẹ́ tí ò nílé tó ẹ́ pé kò ní wíṣì nílé ayé ẹ̀ kó ṣe òun náà máa gbélé lọ́wọ́ pé ó yá ọmọ ìyá ẹ̀ ló kàn tó máa lọ pa ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ló kàn tó máa pa ẹni tí yóò expect ẹlòmíì lè jẹ́ kó sọ pé girlfriend so àwọn iṣẹ́ burúkú ló máa gbélé wọn lọ́pẹ́ ènìyàn báyìí èèyàn tó lágbára báyìí ní opposition ló wà lọ pa. We cannot deceive ourselves that we don't know that things like this happen. Because the situation around the guy, pẹ̀lú gbogbo cover up tá a rí, pẹ̀lú gbogbo ẹnu wọn tó kò, pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọ̀nà tá a rí yẹn, tí ìyàwó náà, it's quite funny. Àwọn tó kàn ń try láti máa make Nigerian society look stupid ni. Even kò wá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀ka àzúgbò ìyàwó tiẹ̀ kò mọ̀ ọkàn pa ẹ̀. But inú ilé yẹn ló ti ń jọ pé wọ́n ti attack Mohbad tó kàn lọ́rùn níbo ni ìyàwó wà. Àjọṣepọ̀ olówà láàrin ìyàwó àtàwọn tó ṣe irúkọ tí ò ní lè sọ síta. If that was what happened. And all these things kò lè kọjá àwọn tí ó súnmọ́ náà tó ti jọ jẹ lérewé. So àárín yẹn hold on àárín yẹn ṣé ń gbọ́dọ̀ mi àárín yẹn ó máa better. I'm only saying it for torí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni kan torí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀la ni experience lè fi sọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn máa ga tán fúru bẹ̀yẹn ni and you will come explicitly that I am only speaking based on the fact that you, the accuser, you don't have evidence that these people are responsible for taking the life. However, that is what I am fighting for. While I will continue to press further to know what by Mohbad, and if it in turns is going to be connected to any of these people, we need evidence. You are not going to be white. You don't even want to absolve them. Even Lagos state government, they quickly put up a serious wall and saying that we did not acquit them. We only discharge because we don't have anything on them yet, and we may not have, and they may not be linked to it, or they might not have a hand in it. But we are not so sure. Tomorrow, anything could come back because we are not going to keep deceiving ourselves. That thing that happened to Mohbad in that house can never come from just a single person. I doubt if a woman can do that to him. It's possible because we have a shot already. We have the testimony of a driver that Ojoja. But it might be secondary to walk by Mohbad. But Toba London law, Toba to establish, Toba she or leshe in the 1 year and 1 day. Tikini injury eba Japon loli risiko niton ye, iwo lo niton. So if eventually Toba did kosibo ife yomi no, emi o pa, but I inflicted injury, I caused him bodily harm, and that was what gave room for the people to say, we too we have an assignment to take this person out. This is a clear-cut chance, and they took it. Whoever did, all of them saw it. So we don't. At the end of the day, we still don't know who gave them the instruction. To me, it be my draw neutral because I am not going to be doing anything to backfire or sort of maybe. But you are fighting that they are not responsible. Now, one of them, you might be part of a court and at this stage you can feel like, you know what, I want to speak my truth. Or evidence is shown. That is why it's obvious that somebody powerful is working hard to ensure that phone forensic is not done on Adura, on Wunmi, because Kosini. Our heart only deleted physically. But because our company to our app here, ní agbára àti delete internal storage wọn, tí software gidi tó bá pè jáde padà tó bá pè jáde kedere báyìí about everything. That one, I'm not sure of what they will find. Ìyẹn lèyàn máa ṣe gàtán lẹ̀ pé I am not saying that you people don't have a hand or you have a hand. What I'm trying to say is that this person accusing Naira Marley and Sam Larry lacks physical, indirect or direct evidence against these people, and these people are not even in Nigeria then, and it is a serious criminal offense, and you cannot fly with that. You can pursue that and say, I'm sorry, and that is what I'm trying to do. However, like he said too, they should now start the investigation again. That investigation, better, like cause crash from the day Mohbad died, it could still link to anybody. So for that reason, it is safe to distance yourself and be clear with your statement that everything I have done in terms of Naira Marley and Sam Larry is not to say or to obstruct any further investigation that might link them to it. But for now, what I'm saying is that Iyabo Ojo and every other person that have deleted or unfollowed or cancelled Naira Marley based on mine should accept the fact that there is no local standing, there is no evidence linking them as we speak. Do you understand?
Mo fẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kẹ́ni ẹlẹ́ni gba sẹ́yìn sí. Nǹkan tí mo rí lánàá yẹn tún ìrápẹ́ ìgbéyàn sókè lọ́dọ̀ yìí. Ó dẹ̀ pé Mọ́jọ́lá náà ló kọ̀ ti kíní yẹn. Bàbá sọ pé òun ti lọ s'Àbújá bóyá ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn àbí Mọ́jọ́lá ò sọ fún yín. Ní nǹkan gbọ́ yé torí mi ò tẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ voice wọn mọ́. Mo ti rí wọn bí ẹni tí ṣe mọ̀ mí ní mo ṣe ra gbọ́ pé wọ́n ti lọ s'Àbújá pé lọ́ọ̀yà àwọn ló gbé ló mú kinní kan lọ nípa àwọn kan wá ń ibi tí mo ti kú òun bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyẹn tí mi ti bí mo ti sún sókè nìyẹn pé àwọn kan wá ń sọ yìí pé àwọn làwọn lọ s'Àbújá ìkọ̀ǹkọ̀ ẹ mọ orú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mú àpá níjọ́ wo ni bàbá ẹ̀ fẹ́ fi gbogbo eléyìí lẹ̀ wípé Verydakman ló iṣẹ́ ìgbà tí Verydakman dìde wọ́n wò Verydakman tó dẹ̀ ń sì sọ yìí pé àwọn ṣẹ́ẹ̀sì ká ní Iyabo bá ṣe tí wọ́n jọ sọ ni ó ní pé àwọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa petition mọ́ kódà mọ́ àwọn Sam Larry mọ́ àwọn Naira Marley làwọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa petition wọn kálukú wá sọ ohun tó mọ̀ ká ní Iyabo bá ṣe nǹkan tó wọ́n jọ sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé òkè gbogbo àwọn tó wà nílé yẹn àwọn á ṣe báyìí Naira Marley àná òun náà gba pépà ẹ̀ Sam Larry náà gba pépà ẹ̀ so n tó sọ nìyẹn bọ̀ǹgbà táwọn wá ń sọ lánàá ṣé àwọn tó bá ti pa àwọn ti lọ sàbújá o ó jẹ́ yìí ni o ó jẹ́ lọ́ọ̀yà wọn ni o ó jẹ́ Verydakman ni o but wọn ò ní fi sọ pé àwọn torí irọ́ táwọn kan ń pa ìyẹn ó tiẹ̀ múnú bí mi ó kódà ó rẹ gbogbo egun mi pé irú èèyàn wo làwọn ẹni bí yìí mo kàn sún sókè ní mi tiẹ̀ gbọ́ mọ́ so mo àwọn òfin ṣe ẹ ti gbọ́.
mo ti gbọ́ ohun tí mi fẹ́ kí ẹ kọ́ understand òun ni pé nǹkan méjì ló lè máa ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bàbá yẹn. I am saying it's quite unfortunate that I'm delving into a particular advocacy and I am being boxed to a corner. Débi pé màá ṣẹlẹ̀ máa ti máa toro mọ́ mo láti máa show loyalty sí bàbá àbí ìyá àbí kankan. It's quite a shame that, you know, as a human rights organization, we found ourselves in such a situation. Unto the far, you know, it's not far-fetched. I came in abruptly. Ẹ̀kọ́ tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún èmi àti ẹ̀yin lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la ni pé even if you have your NGO, gbogbo kéèsì kan lè máa dabble into. No matter the sentiment or emotion, tẹ́ máa kọ̀ wọlé láàrin, tẹ́ ní prepare. Ìdí tí èmi ṣe wọlé lójijì láàrin òun ni pé mo ti àjọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. I don't want to say mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àjọ bẹ̀rẹ̀. And I know the role I played pé mo fi Ọlọ́run bá búra. Le ka celebrity méjì tó face a case Mohbad tó ní engagement ìṣáájú mi láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀. Go back to my page on Instagram. Nígbà tí pé èèyàn kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ call for protest. Èmi nígbà tí mo tọwọ́ bọ̀ pé EndSARS lásán dress rehearsal ni fún ti Mohbad mo dẹ̀ slam ticket mi jáde pé October 4th celebration wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ aláwọ̀ kan ṣe. Go and check that 2023. Most of the governors did not. They actually did not do October 4th celebration because one will wait for an actor, for somebody who is in charge of what I was saying, I mean it. I was on my world tour. So immediately, tí mo wá rí pé mo wò pé ẹlẹ́rara gbé mi, Iyabo kọ́ ẹja ó gbé gbúrúrú, wọn àti tóńtó. Mo ní okay, ó sì pay me, we are on the same page. Àti wà on same camp, ń sìn. But ayé ò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó bá rí pé mi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ń bí, táwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́hùn. Ohun tí Yomi bá sọ, ṣó tako ti Iyabo, ṣé kò irú tó padà ṣẹlẹ̀, òun náà ló padà ṣẹlẹ̀. Nítorí mo sá fún gbà yẹn, mi mọ̀ pé ó ní olórí fi sọ pé Ọlọ́run mú mi dáadáa. Ohun tí mò ń sá fún náà mo padà ṣe wá fèsì. Níwà kò bá má ṣẹlẹ̀ rárá, ká ní mo kọ̀ tẹṣọmọ ọlọ́ngbà yẹn. So at the end of the day, àárín tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn, kò sí mo yẹ fẹ́ ṣe. Mi ò wo kí ni cost implication. Mi mọ̀ bí kéèsì yẹn ṣe kẹnu tó. Mi mọ̀ bí kéèsì yẹn ṣe kẹnu tó. Mi mọ̀ ta ni mo fẹ́ fura sí. Mi mọ̀ ẹni tí mi ò ní fura sí. Mi mọ̀ bóyá àwọn kan mi ò ń fura sí yàn. Tí mi ò bá ti rí pé èèyàn yẹn show proof sí mi. Ebi ò kọ́ lè máa pé mò ń jàjàgbara. Ó kọ̀ dédé máa fura sí yàn. Ó ò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ anybody ṣe nìyẹn. So òun ló fa gbogbo ohun tó padà ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn. So ohun tèmi rí lọ́rọ̀ tó wà lẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé nǹkan méjì ni. And èmi máa sọ tèmi wọ́n ní ṣàn láàrin ajé ló mú ní pẹ̀kọ́rọ̀ tí gbogbo àwọn tó bá láwọn ń tẹ̀lé bàbá Mohbad including the lawyers tí wọ́n sọ pé bàbá ẹ jẹ́ ká gbà pé ara yín gbọ̀n mo bẹ ṣe máa decide nígbà tẹ́ rí òkú ọmọ yín tán ní kẹ́ máa gbé tí ìbá wa ṣàlàyé dáadáa abiyamọ ní gbogbo wa majority of us are traditionalists African kìnìún wa tí ì sọ fún wa kí ló dé tí ọmọ yín because tẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ fojú rí ẹ̀yin lẹ organize bọ́ yìí máa sí òkú ọmọ yìí ẹ̀yin lẹ sọ pé báyìí nìkan lọ sí ẹ̀yin lẹ máa pe pastor pé gbá pé ẹ̀yin wá bá mi ṣe ètò báyìí ṣé wọ́n wá fẹ́ sọ pé àwọn ò rí ẹnikẹ́ni kó fi ṣètì ẹ kò lè sọ pé òun ò ní fún yín lábọ̀ pé ọ̀rẹ́ mi pastor Alọ́ba kí ló dé tí ọkọ ọmọ yín ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ tó ń ju oògùn sójú olórí ọmọ yín nǹkan dúdú kí ló dé tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ ń ju nǹkan báyìí. And the fact remains that these people following the Baba now should say, mo fẹ́ jèrè ọmọ tèmi fẹ́ bí mi ìgbàdúrà kí ọmọ mi kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ló dé tí kọ́kọ́ ṣàlàyé fún wa sà ìgbésẹ̀ wo lẹ gbé kí àwọn wo ló fún blessing ṣé ẹ̀yin lẹ fún ní ohun tó lọ ń jù ni àbí ìyá Mohbad àbí ṣó ti wọ́ọ̀sì débi wípé Mohbad kú lánàá ẹ wá fẹ́ sọ pé Wùnmí ló sọ pé yá gbà o kòlókòló láìsí o ìwọ blessing alọ́ba gbà lọ́wọ́ mi gbọ́dọ̀ jù sínú ojú olórí yẹn papọ̀ àbí mọ̀ pé there is a complete synergy and understanding wọ́n ti mọ àkókò àti ìgbà tí wọ́n máa jù sí kò ń ṣe pé nǹkan tó bá wọn lójijì ẹni tó pèlò gbogbo kìíní yẹn kọ́ tó pèlò ẹ̀ kọ́ tó decide ẹni tó máa lọ jù sí bàbá yìí ò ṣàlàyé fún gbogbo àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé náà sọ pé ẹskísà kó má jẹ́ pé àti wúwa èpè àti wọ ègún kó má jẹ́ pé nǹkan tá à ń tẹ̀lé ń ṣe kó má jẹ́ pé àwọn pé àkóbá là ń fà fún orí àwọn àtàwọn ọmọ wa kọ́kọ́ sọ fún wa kí ló dé ìgbà wo ni wọ́n àrẹ́ǹjì yẹn ṣẹ́yìn kan ṣèwádìí ẹ̀ ń fẹ́ ya wọn mọ́ orí ọmọ yìí ni wọ́n sì ń ju nǹkan lé lórí as a Yoruba man tó wá láti Èkìtì your entire family should be boiling tí ẹ bá lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ̀ kí ló dé kọ́kọ́ ẹni tó pa ọmọ yẹn máa kọ́ ọ́ àyè ń bọ̀ lórí àyè nọ́ọ̀sì o kò ṣe nọ́ọ̀sì ọwọ́ ìjọba nìyẹn wà inú ìdílé yín sà what happened why is your daughter involved kò lọ́bẹ̀ lọ ṣe àdúrà kò fi eru fún eru kó bu iyẹ̀pẹ̀ sọ́wọ́ kárípò kàn ṣe àdúrà pé àbúrò mi wíṣì àwọn ọmọ ẹ pé o tún lọ ń ṣe àdúrà sórí kí ló lọ ń jù sójú olórí àbúrò ẹ kí lẹjọ papọ̀ ìwọ ìyàwó náà ó ń ju aṣọ funfun this is a very new white cloth ó náà náà ní àfù lọ́wọ́ but the fact remains that nothing is being said by the same baba kò sọ̀rọ̀ pa ẹ̀ bàbá tún jẹ́ pé baálé ẹ̀bẹ̀ yẹn sọ pé bàbá yẹn bọ́ta sọ òru lọ́ọ́ ti fẹ́ wá sí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe lóko òru ni àwọn làwọn ò gbà and when you look at it tó fi lè jẹ́ Wùnmí fẹ́ jù nǹkan síbẹ̀ blessing fẹ́ jù nǹkan síbẹ̀ tó bá yẹ pé blessing represent èèyàn ni bóyá ó ń represent ìyá Mohbad ni o bóyá ó ń represent àdúrà ni o bóyá ó ń represent ìdàróṣà ni o certainly that kind of a family kó jẹ́ pàrọ̀ àtàwọn ìfọ̀gbọ̀n wọn ò ní fẹ́ ṣe lójúmọ́ wọn òkú òru ló máa fi rú ẹ̀ ṣe so ó fi hàn gbangba pé tẹ bá gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ baálẹ̀ yẹn tó bá fún wọn láyè wọn á sí òkú yẹn lóru wọn á ní òkú ọ̀fọ̀ ni kí ló tẹ fẹ́ mọ ọbí ta sí sí ọmọ wa ni àárín ara wa ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ so it's another thing tẹ́mi wá wò tí wọ́n á rí gbogbo tí bàbá yìí ṣe ń sìn màá rò lọ sápá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń fún mi ní reason láti máa fura sí yín o because for now mi ti ní ẹ̀rí tó connect bàbá yẹn mọ́ anything mo gbogbo àwọn wọ́tẹ̀ ń gbé anẹ́lẹ́kejì bẹ̀ bàbá tó fẹ́ máa àtàkì mi lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Àbújá nọ́ọ̀sì lẹ kọ sí statement pé wọ́n ń pọmọ yín tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tẹ kọ nìyẹn àfi tó bá jẹ́ pọ̀ tọ̀ ní tẹsán fọlọ́pàá kò tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ sọ pé mo délé yẹn o mo bó kọ ọmọ mi lẹ̀ o mo ní kí ló ṣe mo rẹ́gẹ̀ mo rójú kíní tó wú mo rójú ilé náà tó wú wọ́n wá ní nọ́ọ̀sì ló gún lábẹ́rẹ́ pa wọ́n wá bá yín arrest nurse ẹ wo àtìgbà tó náà ti arrest nurse ẹ wo iye oṣù tí nurse yẹn lò ní cell bàbá yẹn sọ pé òun ò fojú rí nurse nígbà tí Wùnmí sọ pé bàbá lórí kó máa lọ láti sọ pé irọ́ ni Wùnmí ń pa to say that Wùnmí was lying bàbá lóun ò fojú òun rí nurse rí o how can you bàbá ò ní fojú rí nurse tó gún ọmọ yín lábẹ́rẹ́ pa ṣé táwọn èèyàn bá ń bá yín pọ̀ tí ilé kí ẹ pé mo bẹ ṣe máa ṣe pẹ̀lú ọlọ́pàá wọ́n wá léèyàn kan fún ọmọ yín ní abẹ́rẹ́ ogun pa wọ́n wá níta ni nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn ó wá jẹ́ nọ́ọ̀sì tí ẹ rírí nọ́ọ̀sì tí ẹ mọ̀ rí àmọ́ ẹ ṣì ń dúró dò pé kọ́ mú Sami Larry àti Naira Marley ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́ni kọ́ dá Naira Marley padà sí Sami Larry ṣùgbọ́n nọ́ọ̀sì tó lógun pa tí ò tírìtì Mohbad rí ẹ fẹ́ rí sójú kí ló ní tẹ́ fẹ́ béèrè lọ́yẹ̀ pé ta ló rún ẹ if truly tẹ́ bá mọ̀ pé ó ṣeéṣe kí Sami Larry àti Naira Marley lọ́wọ́ bẹ̀ wọ́n ti ń lù ú káàkiri ó ti ṣẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí ẹ̀ kí ló dé tẹ́ ẹ̀ ní fẹ́ dúró pé nurse ẹ bá mi mú jáde sà ẹ ṣe ọlọ́pàá tẹ́ ti bá mi arrest ẹ ta ló rún ẹ kókò gún ọmọ mi kí ló fi sínú ẹ even if it is going to be the last question a father will want to ask ẹni tó gbẹ̀mí ọmọ ẹ ìyá lè má lè ní energy àti béèrè bàbá máa fẹ́ dúndò pé ọlọ́pàá bá mi mú nọ́ọ̀sì yẹn can I ask her a question and it is your right that you must ask it is your right that they must bring the nurse out for you but ẹ wo orú bàbá tó ń jà ń sìn for 4 months nọ́ọ̀sì wà ní police cell wọ́n ṣe ìwádìí lọ́wọ́ ni when you are in police custody investigation ló ń ṣe o so ọlọ́pàá yẹn àwa wò báyìí pé àwa ń ṣe ìwádìí ikú tó pa ọmọ bàbá yìí odidi oṣù 4 kò wá kó tiẹ̀ wá yọjú wá bá wa ń bì kò béèrè pé nurse and the same baba is condemning the police àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé bàbá yẹn gàdí bóyá mi ìmọ̀ tó ń ṣe wọ́n they might be under spell and some of them they might like be like that kind of parenting làwọn náà ní or they belong to the same clique ó lè jẹ́ àwọn church member àwọn tọ́jọ́ wà nù ẹgbẹ́ tẹ́ẹ̀mọ́ because we don't know who is who on social media they might belong to the same ẹgbẹ́ or whatever tọ́jọ́ ṣe or what it is it could be anything but the truth reality ni because I am investigating. I am looking into a case of homicide, and I will have to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. Because soon, she spiritually thought she saw that me. But I don't realize that Allah work with me because me shape pẹ̀lú àbòsí. Mi ò ṣe torí fẹ́ rówó kankan. Mi ṣe torí kó fẹ́ bà nǹkan jẹ́. Mi ṣe torí kó fẹ́ ṣèkà fún Mohbad. I don't know him. I've never seen him before. But that is what I want to do. Until we choose that journey, because me mo gbàtí màkú. The little time I want to spend on earth, I want to see that I contribute my quota in a way I want my country to be. I have that background and mentorship from likes of Ram Mandela, and that is the way they want their country to look like. So, I want yellow by Yaki Wood, about one tack, one call it, the fact that even all the time, he has never even called. He never even called to say, Shalafi Alewa, Shewa okay. She was single travel, only no even any sign of thank you or anything. When the investigation now got, could anybody to my tear roll or adura. Eleda at the spirit Mohbad lolo gun Mohbad adura elabere. Tell me about suffering pe. Okay, let me put it this way. Torí Sean láàrin ajé ló mú ní pekoro. Adura ló débẹ̀. Tí àdúrà fi jáde sọ òótọ́ tó sọ jáde yẹn. I will tell you, anybody listening to my voice today, 101% òótọ́ làdúrà sọ yẹn. Àdúrà débẹ̀ pé ibi ẹni tó ní àṣírí àtẹ̀rí yẹn lọ́wọ́ ó máa bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀ ó gbọ́dọ̀ sọ láàrin 7 days ó dẹ̀ ṣe ó dẹ̀ jáde. Kẹ́ gbọ́ mi dáadáa lẹ́nìí. Tẹ́ bá rí pé mo dúró mo mọ nǹkan tí mo dúró lé lórí. Mi ò ṣọmọdé. Ẹ gbàgbé ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo à ń ṣe social media ṣìkìrì. Tẹ́ bá mọ ohun tó ti lọ lẹ́yìn on social angle ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn púpọ̀ yóò mú kékeré. They've put their hand in so many something delicate and devilish. So but don't fi social media gazo yẹn. The real battle is offline. You know atẹ́gùn ni. Ká dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Ká dúpẹ́ pé spirit Mohbad ò fi mí lẹ̀. Spirit ẹlẹ́dàá ìyá mi ò fi mí lẹ̀. And Almighty God is with me. Òun ìsọ pé n tó máa ṣiṣẹ́lẹ̀ sí gbogbo wọn yẹn ó sì ń jẹ́ nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ni. Ẹ máa tẹ̀lé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu mi dáadáa tó bá dé stage kan ẹ máa fẹ́ máa wọ àbí prophet ni bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ni àbí ó ń lò nǹkan ni. Nígbà tó ń lépa mi dé stage kan Pythagoras ẹ sọ ó ní ládùúgbò gbogbo nǹkan ta ti ń júlẹ̀ fún Yomi Fabiyi ó ní tó fi ń yé tí gbogbo ẹ̀ fi ń yí mọ́ lọ́wọ́ yìí ó ní ó kọjá ó ní oògùn ni kò lè sóògùn kankan bí kankan. Mo fi ọlọ́run àbúrà kò sí oògùn kankan àdúrà ni. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ń sọ pé àdúrà bí tàdúrà ti ń gbà kò ń ṣe olúwa tó kúrò fún rẹ́mọ̀ kò lórí ọ̀fẹ́. Àdúrà gidi tó bá dẹ̀ ń ṣe pẹ̀lú inú mímọ́ àtàyà funfun a máa ṣe kí ni a máa work through for you, especially tó bá yẹ pé iṣẹ́ ta gbélé ẹ lọ́wọ́ kò ń ṣe pé bóyá òun ṣiṣẹ́ oníṣẹ́ o fẹ́ ṣe àwọn àbí lògbà lágídí ohun tó dìrọ̀ mẹ́lẹ̀ dá ẹ nǹkan rán ẹ kó wá ṣe ìgbà tó fẹ́ lò tó fẹ́ ṣe dà kò sẹ́nibọ̀dì tó mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n time tó bá jẹ́ pé tọ́lọ́run rán ẹ pé kó wá ṣe ni tó bá ń ṣe tó lẹ́ fi inú kan ṣe á máa dàbí idán á máa dàbí ogun ni. So I know certainly that wọ́n mú dààmú alákan yẹn kò tí mọ̀ ohun tó wà nílẹ̀ fún òun ni. Because oni ìjọ tọmọdé bá búrò kókọ olúwérè òkè ń pani lóòjọ́ kíní tá à ń sọ yìí kò ní Mohbad fúnra ẹgbẹ́ òní jí gìrì kó ní òun fẹ́ pa gbogbo ẹ̀yọ́ tó wà ní kò ní pa wọ́n lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà ó ti di abracadabra nìyẹn. Àwọn náà ò dẹ̀ dúró bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń tà láti rọ́nà àbáyọ wọ́n á tún máa dé wọ́n máa dé títí tó máa fi ipa wọn máa fi pé títí tí gbogbo wọn máa fi gba nǹkan tó máa gbà. So the bottom line is that is the aspect of the baba. The same angle baba náà ni wọ́n wá ọ̀nà láti block ọ̀rọ̀ CCTV.
Sẹ́rí sà, uncle
So,
mi.
ó ti yé yín?
Ẹ má jẹ́ ń gbàgbọ́ ẹjọ́. Ṣé rí nǹkan tí mo sọ yẹn? Ẹ mọ̀ pé lọ́ọ̀yà yín ẹ ti ní lọ́ọ̀yà yín ti wà l'Ábùjá ó ti ń ṣe. Kó má ṣe pé iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ti tò lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú bọ́n ṣe lọ yẹn. Kó má ṣe pé wọ́n ti ẹ ti mọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ yẹn. So kẹmọ tẹ́yìn náà máa ṣe lẹ́yìn sí i.
Ohun tí wọ́n lè ṣe which is non-negotiable tí ẹ lè stop kíkọ́ má ṣe òun ni maybe they will go and look into it níbo ni kéèsì yẹn dé dúró sí báwọn lọ́yìn fẹ́ lọ báwọn yẹn sọ pé nǹkan báyìí and gbogbo yẹn wọ́n máa gbìyànjú ni ẹ ti gbàgbé pé ńgbà tí kéèsì yẹn tó ń lo gbàgbára bàbá yìí náà ló dé zone 2 ìjọ tí bàbá yẹn yọ sí zone 2 ìjọ yẹn náà ni wọ́n dá kéèsì yẹn padà ló forí ṣọwọ́ pátápátá ló dá padà sí pàǹtí lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ blogger tó ní access sí bàbá yìí ló kọ́ bọ́ọ̀tà sọ pé
ọ̀gbìyànmí ẹ̀kọ́ àìgbàgbé.
òun ló kọ́ bọ́ọ̀tà sọ pé báyìí ni kéèsì yẹn dé o nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ o àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn ti sọ pé nǹkan báyìí o ó dẹ̀ ti táwọn lọ́rùn o wọ́n ṣé ìyá Mohbad àti bàbá Mohbad tí wọn kì í sọ̀rọ̀ àbádúrà tí ò kí bàbá Mohbad sọ̀rọ̀ òun náà ló máa sọ gbàdúrù kan yẹn it's because even in the same camp wọ́n fún wọn ní feedback wọ́n dẹ̀ fún ìyá at the end of the day àwọn ọlọ́sọ̀gbẹ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn dẹ̀ nìyẹn Dàmọ́lá sí lóhùn ṣe báyìí wọ́n dẹ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá sọ pé ó ti táwọn lọ́rùn is dead on arrival because at the end of the day àti ntí òye ògbó yín ni pé àtàwọn ọlọ́pàá díẹ̀ tó wà nù iṣẹ́ yẹn àti gbogbo àwọn tó wà nù ilé yẹn gbogbo script tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí yẹn some of them they actually did it together including the baba tó fi lọ gbé ọmọ yẹn sí. ó yí mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ ni kò ń ṣe family Mohbad ló béèrè fún justice ẹgẹ́ ti ẹ̀ loud and clear kò sí family Mohbad tó béèrè fún justice it is the public that demanded for justice bàbá yóò béèrè fún justice from beginning ìyá Mohbad ò béèrè fún justice it is the public that said no nítorí pé we became Mohbad's family immediately so gbogbo ohun tó bá ti wá ṣe before kó tó di pé in public ìbéèrè yẹn everything was against the law all that is showing consonant so they need to work with those police that want to now trash it wọn síta pé ẹ má tẹ̀lé public o kò sẹ́nibọ̀dì tó fẹ́ pọ̀ sí kéèsì ju gbogbo àtàwọn àbí lọ àwọn náà lájọ ṣe kéde lájọ so ẹ fi gbogbo yẹn lẹ̀ tó bá wá jẹ́ pé àárín wọn wá dàrú which is part of májẹ̀mọ́ náà ni táàrin bàbá àti àárín Wùnmí wá dàrú tí bàbá wá lọ pẹ̀lú public you should be able to understand the fact that àwọn tó gbọ́n wa máa mọ̀ pé bàbá delayed reaction lẹ́ ń go through wọ́n ti gbé yín ní gbogbo wọ́n dẹ̀ ti sọ yín gbálẹ̀ ẹ padà sí factory setting ẹ wá dúró padà sí public no problem you have right to but along the line àwọn ibi tó bá ti máa jẹ mọ́ apá ibi tó máa concern wọn àbí àdúrà àbáwọn míì they don't want it to have anything tó bá kọ́ máa ń wù mí ẹni pa nìkan we want it or basically èyí tó wá jẹ́ second phase tí wọ́n sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé maybe the baba is like well láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ nínú ti bí mi pẹ̀lú ohun tó ṣe fún wọn mi ṣùgbọ́n mo rí pé mo ní agbára àti jà for anything I can't do it but this time around tí mo ti rí public tó ti jáde èmi ó ti wà nù májẹ̀mú mi because mo ti pray sí wọn ní òkìkí máa dé látara pé mo jà fọmọ yìí gbogbo ayé lórí tó bá rí pé bàbá yẹn ó dúró lórí fọmọ ẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni tó lè láìkí bàbá yẹn iyì máa dé òkìkí máa dé owó máa dé gbogbo ẹ̀ so anybody tó bá tún wá fẹ́ lọ ṣe anything tó máa gbé gbogbo yẹn kúrò lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ó pè káwọn rún wọn pa kó jọ́dọ̀ tí wọn nìkan that is a second possibility ìyẹn ni mo fi sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ but tó jẹ́ first one tó sì ń jọ lójú òun lè fi sọ aláàkọ́ ẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì nìyẹn he saw it as a serious competition and he was ready to assemble anybody that can cut the likes of Yomi Fabiyi anybody ẹ cut one off àfẹni tó bá wà lábẹ́ òun kọ́ṣà mọ̀ pé bàbá Mohbad ló gba justice for ẹ̀ and he doesn't understand that ó lè má go that way tó bá dé stage kan half justice lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ rí ni or selective justice lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ṣe tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe full justice bàbá lè pursue it to the end only an NGO or a very strong human rights lawyer tí ó gbọ́ pa tí ó dẹ̀ wá tí ó ready àti wà sentimental òun ló máa face the case to máa deliver the true and complete justice. Until I left by here, thank you so much for listening to me.
Ẹ káàbọ̀, kú àtàárọ̀.
God bless you, sir.
Naimoli, do you have anything to say?
I couldn't listen to you people. You people are doing well. Well done, Mr.
Just you are just shouting DNA. Which specimen do you want to use? The specimen of the disease, right? Okay, no problem. We can talk to the government about that. We will talk to the government and the experts when the time comes.
Sir? Esther, I'm in by you. Oh, Naimoli, my sister, good afternoon.
DNA sáàni ṣòro wọn báyìí. Àwọn ọmọ ti gbọ́ wọn. Àwọn ọmọ ti gbọ́ wọn. DNA yìí ṣòro wọn.
Mama, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
When there is a need, get it right. Wunmi is not saying she's not doing DNA. If there is a need for it in the court, when the case is ongoing, she will do it. So when we get there, we are going to Akulaya.
Mommy, we
right there. Josie and Mohbad DNA. Liam and Mohbad DNA. Another side, Kampe. No Josie and Mohbad DNA. No Liam and Mohbad DNA.
Ṣé na Karimo ni? Omiyale ni.
Yes, Josie. Èmi á fún ẹlẹ́sìn ẹ̀ òtórí àti ìṣọmọlọlé lọ gbèsè wa. Onígbọ́gbọ́, you are saying, all of you that you are saying, look at the way I'm talking to my sister father-in-law. Ẹni kúre. Yesterday, onítọ́gbà bí àwọn àánú ẹ̀ dá. Ó ní ẹ̀rí tó ní ìwọ̀nyí àbí òdìwọ̀n. Ṣọmọ pé òṣèṣẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn kọ́ mọ́ ẹ̀.
Ọbí bí ò ní ojú ti kankan rárá.
Ẹ dúró, ṣó ṣe fídíò eléyìí ni?
Wọ́n lọ bá